Well, the book with the bullet hole was found at a fete on the Mornington Peninsula in 1983, and it was that exact same book that the bullet passed through into Harold Gammel's body, 1906. Blackwood is essentially a mining town. It was rich in gold, just like Ballarat and Bendigo during the gold rush, the late 1800s, early 1900s. Well, my great-grandma told me this 10 years ago. We were up there for a family vacation. We went swimming in the Blackwood Dam. Just before I went to jump in, she said, "Stop right there, boy. Don't go in there." About 100 years ago in 1906, a young lad just like yourself jumped in and drowned. Some say he drowned, some say he dived off the diving board, hit the bottom. Whatever the case may be, the boy disappeared and they never found a body. The Pincombes were a religious family. They kept to themselves. Billy, the father, was a local miner. Annie, his wife, was a mother, stay-at-home mother. And the kid who disappeared, Jacob, was their son. Billy and Annie Pincombe lost all faith in their religion after they lost their child. They were devout Christians all their lives, and then when something like this tragic happened, they lost all faith. You know, they thought God or whatever beings up there was looking after them, but turns out they weren't. Well, they both took a turn for the worse. Annie couldn't get over the loss of her child. She became out of touch, distant, and she'd gone mad. Annie developed some sort of religious mania, and one day in June 1906, Billy called some paramedics from the local mental institution to come and calm her down. She was in a frenzy running around the property. Annie just went insane. She was in such a state until she actually picked up an axe. She said, quoted from the Bible, "If thy right hand defend thee, then cut it off." She chopped off her hand. She was institutionalised for the next 13 years. Annie had left while Bill stayed and had turned insane. He had lost his wife, his child, and he'd blamed God for all of it. Billy then took it out on the church. The vicar, Harold Robinson, wasn't quite a vicar just yet. He was studying to become one, and he was reading a theological book on his front veranda, catching up on some last-minute cramming, I guess. Yeah, like you got the Pinecombe house and the Pincombe house, and then the vicar's was like across the paddock. Billy took his rifle, 303 rifle, and had a clear view from his veranda. This is when the shooting occurred. The bullet passed through the book and into his heart, killing him instantly. The vicar's wife was making dinner in the kitchen when she heard the shots. She came running out to find her husband covered in blood, dead on the ground. She instantly ran what would have been about a kilometre up the road to the Blackwood Hotel, and from there they called the police. Well, Constable Saunders had been working in the Blackwood police force for 18 years, so he was a well-respected member. For Saunders, there was only black and white, good and bad, and he was extremely religious. Constable Saunders arrived on the scene and found the dead vicar's body. This infuriated him because obviously he represented everything that he believed in, his faith, his religion. Saunders, from the vicar's dead body, he went straight to Billy's house. If the right hand offends thee, cut it off. Billy had become that right hand. Billy fell to the ground and then Saunders put another bullet in his head. It was declared that Billy Pincombe committed the act while insane. Constable Saunders was rewarded with a badge of merit for his bravery.
So did you end up ever swimming in that dam?
No, I don't swim in there. There's a body of a dead kid in there.